Hello Achievers, welcome to Shakti's Knowledge Hub. Myself Dr. Shakti Suganya. In our today's discussion, we are going to talk about the topic financial decision, which is relevant to the subject financial management, which is applicable to all the streams which is related to financial management in UG, PG, as well as for the CBSE syllabus and also the State Board Commerce Background Business Studies subject. And previously we have discussed some of the topics which is related to financial management. Today's discussion is about the financial decisions. Like if we want to take a decision or any decision which is related to the financial aspect of the organization, means what are all the different decisions we need to consider and in what way all those things is having a different importance. And that financial decision is having some of the basic classifications called the investment decision, financing decision and the dividend decision. So here we are going to discuss about each and everything in detail and some of the concept or the topics which is coming under each of the things. So everything we are going to discuss in a very detailed manner. So the first one is the investment decision. Every company is required to take the three main financial decisions which are as follows. So it is very much important and mandatory according to the financial aspect of every businesses. It is very much important that that business or that organization has to focus on all these different decisions of the organization which is related to finance. So in case if you are taking the investment decision, some of the aspects which is coming under the investment in the sense capital budgeting. So how we need to budget our capital. And the next is the working capital. That is the day-to-day expenses which we are going to meet in our business. And in the aspect of financing decision, the financing or the functioning of the finance in the organization. So in the basis of equity or maybe debt or maybe the institution of finance. That is the financial institutions which we are choosing for getting or funding for our business purposes. And the last one is the dividend decision. What is the dividend related decisions we need to take? So either to retain the earning or maybe the distribution of dividend. So all these aspects will be discussing in a very detailed manner. The first is investment decision. Resources are scarce and can be put into alternative use. A firm must choose where to invest so as to earn the highest possible profit. So for the purpose of effective investing in the business, in any of the businesses, if you want to or if you are having some of the fund or some of the cash in your hand, means it is very much important to decide which is the best or the possible sources or any of the alternative thing which we can select to invest our money in that particular sources. So they have to choose in a very effective or in a wise way which is the best possible way of investment to earn the profit in a highest manner. And the investment decisions related to the decisions about how the firm's fund are invested in different assets, and that is different investment proposals. So that can be either in the aspect of investment in assets as well as for the different project proposals. And this has the two major components. So as we discussed in previously in the chart, the first one is the working capital decision. That is the short-term investment decision. For our day-to-day activity or maybe for our daily expenses or some of the routine things which we are going to face in the organization. So related to that, if any investment we need to make, means that is called as the working capital decision, and which is the short-term investment decision, a short period one. And the next is the capital budgeting decision, a long-term investment decision. For our business or maybe for our expansion of new business or something, if you are going to invest some money in a very big quantity as well as for a long period of time, and that is called as the capital budgeting decision and the long-term investment decision. So this is a long-term one. And about all these things we are going to discuss in a separate topic, like starting from the capital budgeting and working capital, each and everything we are going to discuss in a detailed separate topics in the upcoming videos. And now we are going to discuss about the different factors that is affecting or influencing the investment decision or the capital budgeting decision. That is, if a department or an organization is in a position to take that investment or a budgeting decision, means what are all the different factors they need to consider or what are the different factors is affecting or influencing those decisions. So that is what we are going to discuss. Out of that, the first one is cash flow of the project. So what is the flow or what is the way of cash flow of that particular project? The first one is the cash flow of the project. The series of cash receipt and the payment over the life of an investment proposal should be considered and analyzed for the selection of best proposal. So, if you are selecting one particular way or source of investment thing in your business, means we have to consider what is the cash receipt, that is the cash inflows, and the payments, the cash outflows of your business, its frequencies, the flow that we need to consider. So based on that only we have to select the best proposal. We need to make some of the analysis in a thorough manner. And the second one is rate of return. What is the percentage of return we will get if we are investing in one particular project or maybe in one particular proposal. Anyway, this is the investment decision. It is very much important to consider the rate of return. What will be the percentage of return which we will get through this particular type of investment. The expected return from each proposal and risk involved in them should be taken into account to select the best proposal. So we have taken example, we have 3 projects in hand to be chosen. So out of that, which project is having a best cash flow? So we have to consider. And the return on investment, what is the proper or a good percentage of return of those rate of return of that particular proposal we need to consider, as well as the risk involved in that. What is the risk of each and every project? So depends on that only we need to select that particular project. Or the third factor is investment criteria involved. The various investment proposals are evaluated on the basis of capital budgeting techniques. These involve the calculation regarding the investment amount, the interest rate, the cash flows, rate of return. So the criteria, we have to consider the different criteria. On basis of that different criteria and its positivity only we need to select that particular proposal. So that selected thing only we have to invest. We cannot select in the immediate situation and we cannot invest in the very early itself. We have to go through with different analysis and we have to consider the different details which is having the plus and minus of each and every project. So based on that only we have to select and then only we have to decide and invest our money in that particular project. So for project A we have 2 advantages, and project 3 we have 4 advantages, and project C we have 6 advantages. That is by considering of all those criteria. Means definitely we will select only project C because only this is having 6 advantages compared to the other 2 projects. So we are considering all the different factors. Based on that only that investment is made. And the second decision is the financial decision. So in what way the financing or the fund we are secreting for our businesses purposes. So that also we have to consider, and depends on that analysis only we will be taking a decision. These are decisions with respect to the quantum of finance or the composition of fund from various long-term sources. So the short-term in the sense working capital, and this financial decision involves. So in what way or what is the composition of fund we have to or we need to propose to each and every source for investment. The financial decisions involves decision whether or not to use the combination of ownership and borrowed funds. So we have different sources of investment that we are going to discuss in a very detailed manner in different topic. So we have to consider about whether we can go with the single source or maybe we can go with the combination of ownership as well as the borrowed funds. Any sources can be possible, or which thing we have to go with the detailed analysis. And the next is determining their precise ratio. So the proportion or the percentage of investment or maybe the financing thing for each and every sources. That also we need to consider. A firm need a judicious mix of debt and equity. So the firm has to consider in which proportion or in which way we can make those mix of the debts and equity. So debt involves, so here what debt in the sense, a financial risk, the risk of default on payment of interest on borrowed funds and the repayment of principal amount varies. Like if you are getting some of the fund for our business from some of the outside sources, that is called as the borrowed funds. There are different sources is there. So if we are selecting one particular source of borrowed fund, means we have to consider is there any risk in that, that is what is the financial risk involved in it, and what is the percentage of interest or any of the return thing or any of the payment we need to make for that particular thing, and also have to consider about the repayment of the financial amount, in which way or in what aspect we are going to repay those financial, that is that principal amount. So all this thing we need to consider. And the share is one of the important sources which almost most companies are using for getting the investment for their fund from the outsiders by issuing their shares. Shareholders' funds involve no fixed commitment with respect to payment of return or repayment of capital. So this is one of the example. We have different sources of investment. So out of that, in the category of borrowed funds, one is the shareholders' funds. So different shareholders will invest their money in the share by buying the shares from our company. So it is not a constant one or not a fixed one. So we have to consider all the thing, like how the thing will be paid, like the dividend will be paid and what is the return of payment we will be making for that capital what they are investing in the business. And the another one is the ownership fund versus the debt funds. So ownership fund in the sense the fund or any money which is invested by the company by itself, that is by the owner itself. They can be compared on the basis of factors such as example like interest or dividend payout, or maybe the repayment of principal, the tax deductibility, and the risk and the floating cost. So here also according to the investment mode or maybe some of the other sources, we have to consider so many different things like the interest, percentage of interest we need to pay, or maybe the dividend which we are going to pay in return for that shareholders investment. Likewise the tax, everything will be considered. And here also we have some of the factors we need to consider and which is affecting the financial decision. Like before taking a financial decision, what are the factors we need to consider? The first is cost. The cost of raising funds from the different sources are different. The cheapest sources should be selected. Take an example, in the sources of finance we have like we can secrete through ventures, or maybe we can get through the direct financial institutions, or maybe through any of the bank or through shareholders. Likewise we have different sources. So out of those different sources we have to consider about the cost, that is what is the cost we are incurring to raise those funds. If any one particular source is easy and which is the cheapest one, we need to select that particular source of finance for our businesses. And the next is risk. That is the risk involved in the different sources comparatively. So just like the previous example, all those sources of finance like A, B, C, D, we have to consider cost wise which source is best, and also in the risk aspect which source is best. The risk associated with the different sources is different. More risk is associated with borrow funds and compared to owners funds. So we will be facing a risk comparatively very high in case of borrowed funds, that is the source which we are secreting from outside compared to the owner's own fund. So interest of payment will be getting deferred, the return on investment or maybe all those things, and even tax, everything will be getting deferred. So depends on the risk proportions we have to consider and select the sources. And the third is floating cost. The cost involved in issuing securities such as broker commission, the underwriting fees, the expenses of prospectus, etc. are called as the floating expenses, floating cost. Higher the floating cost, lesser attractive is the source of finance. So, what are all the different expenses we are meeting to get or to finalize that particular source of finance is called as a floating cost. Like underwriting cost, like preparation of the document or a bond charges, or maybe broker commission, or any of the expenses we are making on preparation of that prospectus. So all this thing is called as floating cost. If the floating cost is higher, it is better to choose any source of finance which is having the less floating cost, because it is all some of the kind of amount what we are spending. So we need to select the best one which is having the less floating cost. And the next is cash flow position of the business. So what is the flow of cash and the what basis it is going on inside the organization during the time of investment or during the time of financing our business. In case the cash flow position of the company is good enough, then it can be easily use the borrowed fund and pay the interest on time. The cash flow of positions, that is in case if you are getting from a financial institution, means we need to pay the interest against those investment, that is against those principal amount what we are getting from that financial institution. So we have to consider that also before taking the financing decision. And the next is control consideration. What is the level of control over each and every sources of finance? So according to our example, we have 4 different sources like A, B, C, D. So what is the control percentage of each and everything? So that we need to consider. In case the existing shares want to retain the complete control of the business, then the finance can be raised through borrowed funds. But when they are ready for dilution of control over business, equity can be used for raising the fund. So they are giving the two different situations. In case the control is very good or maybe proper in from the outside sources, means definitely we can go with the borrowed fund. But in case if any other control is getting dissolved or maybe will be reducing, means we can go with the equity. Equity is the source which can secrete from the owner's point of view. So here the comparison is given between both the borrowed fund as well as the equity fund. Or the next factor affecting is state of capital market. During the boom, finance can easily be raised by issuing shares, but during the depression period, raising finance by means of debt is easy. So during the situation of the boom and the depression stage, in which situation, which sources we can select or which financing method is best suitable and safe for our business. So here the two instances given. Finance can be easily raised by issuing the shares. So if the company is in the boom position, that is in the very high and a positive position, we can go with issue of shares. In case during the time of depression, the raising funds by means of debt is easy. So we can go with the debt funds. So by the owner's own risk funds. And the next is period of finance. So depends on the period of financing also we can decide which will be best suitable for our purpose of financing in our business. For permanent capital requirement, equity share must be issued as they are not to be paid back, and for long and medium term requirement, preference share or debentures can be issued. So in case of the long term one, we can go with the equity. So obviously this equity is the owner's own fund, so there is no need to pay it immediately, and definitely it is a long term one. And in case if the requirement of finance is for a very medium or a short term, the company can go with the debenture or maybe the preference shares. So depends on that situation, depends on the period of finance also. This financial decision can be taken, either can go with the equity or maybe the preference one. And the third and important decisions to be taken in every organization is the dividend decision. So dividend is the proportion of amount or any regular payment we need to pay, that is the company need to pay to the shareholders for the purpose of getting some fund from them through their shares. Dividend is that portion of divisible profit that is distributed to the owners, that is the shareholders. It results in current income for the shareholder. So if you are going through the shareholders point of view of investment, means definitely we will be receiving some of the capital fund through that shareholders. We have to share the profits whenever we are getting through our project. Retained earning means proportion of profit kept in, that is reinvested in the business for the business. We may receive some amount as a profit or maybe some of the income from our business, and the same amount or the same fund can be used for the further purposes. That is retaining our earning or reusing our earning for the growth of our business, that is called as the retained earning. And the dividend decision, whether to distribute the earnings to the shareholders or the dividends or the retained earning to finance long-term profit of the firm, must be done keeping in mind the firm's overall objectives of maximizing the shareholders' wealth. So it depends on the objectives of the organization, depends on its nature, and also all the investment like long-term or short-term. By considering all this thing only, we have to take the dividend decision. And here also some of the important factors that is affecting the dividend decision, that is before or during the time of taking the dividend decision, there are different factors is involved. Let's see what are they. The first is earnings. So what is the earning? Through investment or maybe through some finance. Companies having a high and stable earning could declare the high rate of dividend, as dividend are paid out of current and the past earnings. So depends on the current as well as for the past, and depends on the rate or other percentage of earning. We have to consider which thing to be best chosen and which will be the best suitable one for our business to take that dividend decision. And the next is stability of dividend. What is the stability or what is the flow or the continuation of that particular dividend? On that basis only we have to consider. The companies generally follow the policy of stable dividend. The dividend per share is not altered or changes in case earning changes by small proportion or increasing in earning or temporary in nature. So that flow may differ from one situation to another situation, and depends on that stability also we have to consider which one to choose or which one will be the best suitable for the organization. And the third factor, growth prospect. So depends on the nature or the flow of growth of that particular prospect of business. We have to consider the dividend decision. So here, in case there are growth prospect for a company in a near future, then it will retain its earning and thus no or less dividend will be declared. So here we have the two situations, that is whether to repay or to give the dividend or to make the retained earning, that is reinvestment in the business. So all that thing will be based on these different factors. So what the situation they are saying is, in case there is a growth prospect for the company in the near future, that is there may be a good scope for the future, in the sense definitely we can reinvestment, that is we can do the retained earning. But in case if it is less, it is better to go with the dividend distribution. And the next is cash flow position. Depends on the cash flow inside the business also we have to, or we should consider, and then only we have to take the dividend decision. So in simple we can say, in what basis we can use the dividend, whether to reinvest, that is to retain the earning, or to distribute the dividend to the shareholders. So dividend involved an outflow of cash and thus availability of that adequate cash, and for most requirement of declaration of dividend. So depends on that, whether it is adequate cash available or maybe some of the flow is less, we have to consider and then take a decision. And the next is preference of the shareholders. So depends on the preference of the shareholders also we can take the decision, because some shareholders will prefer to get the dividend and get back from the business, and some people may like to continue or like reinvesting their fund in the business for a long period of time. So depends on the preference of the shareholders also we can consider and take the decision. While deciding about the dividend, the preference of the shares is also taken into account. We have to consider their thoughts and decision. In case shareholder desires for dividend, then the company may go for the declaration of the same. So if they want the dividend, it is very much important to consider their thought and have to distribute it to the shareholder. And the next is taxation policy. So obviously a tax is an unavoidable one, depends on the tax situation. We can take a decision. A company is required to pay tax on dividend declared by it. If tax on the dividend is higher, the company will prefer to pay less by the way of dividend. Whether if tax rates are lower, then more dividend can be declared to the company. So depends on the higher and lower level of tax also they will consider, and depends on that policy that dividend decision will be taken. Issue of bonus shares. So bonus shares in the sense the additional share or maybe the large reserves a company will attaining or which is gaining, means that also we have to consider, and depends on that only the decision will be taken according to the dividend. The companies with large reserves may also distribute the bonus shares to increase their capital basis, as it signifies the growth of the company and enhances its reputation too. So in case if it is in a higher level, definitely they will go with the preference of giving the bonus shares. And the last is the legal constraints, that is some of the legal rules, regulations or procedures to be followed according to the dividend decision, and depends on that also they will take or they will come to a conclusion. Under the provision of Companies Act, all the earnings cannot be distributed, and the company has to provide for various reserves. This limit the capacity of the company to declare the dividend. So there is some of the legal procedures or constraints to be followed. And according to the Companies Act, according to the law on the Companies Act, we have a separate subject called this Company Act, that also we will be discussing in later. So based on that only we have to consider, and here what it is mentioned is cannot be distributed. So it is not necessary that all earnings can be distributed. So either they can keep some amount in reserves and some can be declared as a dividend one. So depends on that legal constraints also the dividend decisions will be taken. With this, we are coming to the end of today's discussion, and we'll see you all soon in the next topic. If you have any clarifications or doubt to be clear, or if you want to talk about some of the new topic, please let us know in the comment box or maybe in the about page mail ID which we have given. And thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Bye.